नमस्कार आपण मानक समस्त को यह वीडियो बहुत बहुत स्वागत। तो आज वीडियो हम देखा +3 पॉलिटिकल साइंस ऑनर्स कोर पेपर बा कोर कोर्स 11 रो हम देखा यूनिट 1 जहाँकि आमर टेक्स्ट इन इंटरप्रिटेशन एंटिक्विटी जहाँकि प्लाटो अरिस्टोटल रही। तो एम विषय में देखा जो आम गुड़ाए 1 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करवा वीडियो। फास्ट आम देखा प्लाटो वाज बोर्न इन डेज। प्लाटो केवे जन्मग्रहण करते ना 427 427 बीसी रे प्लाटो जन्मग्रहण करते। प्लाटो वाज डिसिप्लिन ऑफ डेज। प्लाटो वाज डिसिपल ऑफ सोक्रेट्स। ओके, प्लाटो वाज द टीचर ऑफ डेज। प्लाटो वाज टीचर ऑफ अरिस्टोटल। द एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन सेटअप बाय प्लाटो वाज डेज। प्लाटो द्वारा कौन जो एजुकेशन जो इंस्टीट्यूशन सेट होता ना एकेडमी केबे ना 386 386 बीसी होता। द पॉलिटिकल फिलोसफी ऑफ प्लाटो इज मेनली कंटेन्ड इन डेज। द पॉलिटिकल फिलोसफी ऑफ प्लाटो इज मेनली कंटेन्ड इन द रिपब्लिक। ओके, द रिपब्लिक वाज रिटन इन डेज। रिपब्लिक जो प्लाटो लिखिले ताहा केबे लिखा होता ना 386 बीसी। नेक्स्ट टाइम देखा प्लाटो वाज ग्रेटली इन्फ्लुएंस बाय दिस। प्लाटो कहा द्वारा माने इन्फ्लुएंस होते ना पाइथागोरियस। प्लाटो टुक डेज व्यू ऑफ स्टेट। प्लाटो टुक organic view of the state. According to Plato, doing good is good to all and harm to none is justice. Plato's concept of justice was based on this principle. जो प्लाटो को justice concept थिला ताहा को केतोटी प्रिंसिपल रे बेस थिला ना तीनोटी प्रिंसिपल रे से बेस थिला। प्लाटो 3 प्रिंसिपल ऑफ justice were functional specialization, non-interference and harmony. Plato's concept of justice is based on these principles. Plato's concept of justice is based on moral principles. Next time देखिए Plato believed on this principle. Plato believed on virtue is knowledge principle. According to Plato, this plays a vital role in bringing unity and harmony in society. ना according to Plato, education आम शिक्षा ही प्ले करची vital role कोडे ना bringing unity एकता और harmony in society. Plato believed that education should be controlled by this ना state. Plato विश्वास करले जे हमर जो शिक्षा education हम state द्वारा कंट्रोल होची. The chief objectives of Plato's scheme of education was to produce a philosopher king. Plato's concept of rule of philosopher king is a corollary of Plato's concept of justice. Plato did not favor to this system of government. Na Plato did not favor to democratic system of government. Plato was in favor of government by this. Na Plato was in favor of government by the elite. According to view of this, Plato's ideal state is the consequence of his system of education. Now, according to view of Professor Barker, Plato's ideal state is the consequence of his system of education. Plato's concept of communism of property and communication of waves applies only to these classes, na guardian classes. Plato displayed himself more of an than a realistic in his republic. Now Plato displayed himself more an idealistic than a realistic. Gote idealistic देखुଥିଲେ realistic in his republic. In statesman, he maintains that the rule of philosopher king is better than rule of law. Plato assertion that this is always unity amidst diversity. Now Plato assertion that society is always a unity amidst diversity. This is considered as the father of organic theory of state. Now Plato is considered as the father of organic theory of state. Next time देखिबा every political philosopher is the days of his time. Every political philosopher is the epitome of his time. Aristotle was born in 384 BC. स्टागरिया ओके स्टागरिया 384 बीसी अरिस्टोटल जन्मग्रहण करते. प्लाटो डाइड इन डेज ना प्लाटो 347 बीसी डाइड करते माने मृत्युवरण करते. अरिस्टोटल वाज द ट्यूटर ऑफ डेज ना अरिस्टोटल वाज द ट्यूटर ऑफ अलेक्जेंडर. Aristotle felt deep impact of his teacher this. Now Aristotle felt deep impact of his teacher Plato. Okay, according to this, Aristotle is the greatest of all Platonists. According to Foster, Aristotle is the greatest of all Platonists. Okay, Aristotle was died in death at age of 60. Aristotle was 322 well 382 BC ରେ ସେ ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କଲେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କୁ 60 ବର୍ଷ ହୋଇଥିଲା. According to Aristotle, the best and the most practicable form of government is this. Now, according to Aristotle, the best and most practicable form of government is polity. The ideal state of Aristotle is that this consists of a small, intimate group of citizens, a small city state. The ideal state of Aristotle is the small city states consisting of a small and intimate group of citizens. In Aristotle's ideal state, this occupies predominant position. In Aristotle's ideal state, the law occupies predominant position. Next ଦେଖିବା. In the ideal state of Aristotle, this plays an important role making citizen virtuous. Now, in the ideal state of Aristotle, Aristotle गोटे ideal state रे education play an important role. शिक्षा ही गोटे important role play करछि in making citizens virtuous. The essential feature of Aristotle ideal state is this. The essential feature of Aristotle ideal state is division of labor. The ideal state of Aristotle is dominated by this class. The ideal state of Aristotle is dominated by the middle class. Aristotle considered is as the days of the family. Aristotle considered as the living possession of the family. Aristotle assigned citizenship to those who possess the days to rule and be ruled at the same time. Now, Aristotle assigned citizenship to those who possess the capacity to rule and be ruled at the same time. Aristotle excludes and days from citizenship. Aristotle excludes slaves, aliens, and women from citizenship. Okay. Aristotle view on revolution are illustrated in this. Now, Aristotle view on revolution are illustrated book V of politics. According to Aristotle, this implied distribution of wealth, honor, and goods. According to Aristotle, justice implied distribution of wealth, honor, and goods. The most important contribution of Aristotle is this. The most important contribution of Aristotle is the politics. Important ଆସିପାରେ. The Aristotle was a deist philosopher. Aristotle was a realistic philosopher. Next ଦେଖିବା questions one word answers. When and where did Plato was born? 424 427 BC ଏଥେନ୍ସରେ ପ୍ଲାଟୋ ଜନ୍ମଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଥିଲେ. ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍. ନେକ୍ସଟ ଦେଖିବା which method did Plato adopt in his philosophy? ତାଙ୍କ ଫିଲୋସଫିରେ ଦର୍ଶନରେ ପ୍ଲାଟୋ କୋଉ ମେଥଡକୁ ଆଡପ୍ଟ କରିଥିଲେ ନା methods of dialogues. What was the name of the educational institution that was set up by Plato? Na academy 386 BC ରେ. What is the important contribution of Plato? The Republic. Who was the teacher of Plato? Socrates. Which type of methods was applied by Plato? Na dialectic method was applied by Plato. Justice is the central point and hang of Plato's philosophy. Who view this idea? Na Barker. What do you mean by sort of specialization in the principle of non-interference and harmony? Na Justice. What plays a vital role for unity and harmony in the society? Na education play a vital role for unity and harmony in the society. Which type of educational system did Plato believe? Na state control education system did Plato believe. What was the chief objective of Plato's scheme of education system? Na produce philosopher king. What is the curriculum of Plato's education system? Na two stages, elementary and higher curriculum of Plato's educational system. Okay. What is the time limit of Platonic educational process? A lifelong process. What type of government did Plato favor? Na government by elite. To whom did Plato assign absolute power? Na to philosopher king Plato assigned absolute power. Why did Plato went to free guardian class from material worries? Na public service. Why did the guardian class renounce the property in family? Na for the good of society. For which class did Plato's scheme of communism meant for? Na ruling class. For ruling class Plato's scheme of communism meant for having. What type of philosopher was Plato? Idealistic philosopher of Plato. Plato ଗୋଟେ idealistic philosopher ଥିଲେ. Next ଦେଖିବା according to Plato, what is better than law? ନା rule of philosophy king is better than law. ପ୍ଲାଟୋଙ୍କ ହିସାବରେ Where did Plato explain about his second best ideal state? Na the laws. Plato explained about his second best ideal is the laws. Who is considered as the father of organic theory? Na Plato is considered as the father of organic theory. Important question ଆସିପାରେ. When did Plato died? ନା ପ୍ଲାଟୋ 347 ବିସିରେ ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କରିଥିଲେ. When did Aristotle take part? Aristotle 384 ବିସିରେ ଷ୍ଟାଜେରିଆ ଠାରେ ସେ ଜନ୍ମଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଥିଲେ. Who is regarded as the father of political science? ନା Aristotle is regarded as the father of political science. ମନେ ରଖନ୍ତୁ important question. Who regarded Aristotle as the most gifted of his sons? Na Plato regarded Aristotle as the most gifted of his sons. Which education institution was established by Aristotle? Na Lyceum. Lyceum education institution was established by Aristotle. Who was the tutor of Alexander? Aristotle was the tutor of Alexander. What was the most important book of Aristotle? The Politics was the most important book of Aristotle. Aristotle is the greatest of all the Platonists. Who said? Na Foster said. Man is social animal who can live without society. Either he God or beast. Who said? Na Aristotle said. Man is social animal who can live without society. Either he is a God or a beast. Okay. What type of philosopher was Aristotle? Na realistic. Plato idealistic, Aristotle realistic. What is the highest of associations according to Aristotle? Na state is the highest association. Okay. What is the chief function of a state? Na make men moral is the chief function of a state. What is the best and most practicable form of government in the view of Aristotle? Now, polity is the best and most practicable form of government in the view of Aristotle. What Aristotle calls the ideal state is always Plato's second best state. Who said? Na Sabine said. What makes virtues to be citizen to the citizen in the ideal state of Aristotle? Na education makes virtue to the citizen in the ideal state of Aristotle. Which class can provide stability to the state? Now, middle class can provide stability to the state. According to Aristotle, a person who participates in the administration of justice and in the legislation as a member of legislative assembly called what? Na citizen. Whom does Aristotle excludes from citizenship? Na slaves aliens. How did Aristotle classify property? Na Aristotle classify property को दी भाग क्लासिफाई करछन गोटे हला कोन animate and inanimate. Which book of Aristotle explains about revolution? Na book V of politics of book of Aristotle explains about revolution. Man revolution विषय से कहूची book V of politics टी. What is necessary for human development? Na property. Property is necessary for human development. Who was the first man in the world's literature applying experimental or comparative method to the diverse phenomenon of the state? Now, Aristotle was the first man in the world's literature applying experimental or comparative method to the diverse phenomenon of the state. How many constitutions of the Greek city-states did studied by Aristotle? Now, 1580, 155, okay, 158, sorry, 158 BC, many constitutions of the Greek city-states did study by Aristotle. When did Aristotle die? Na 322, 322 BC ରେ Aristotle ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କରିଥିଲେ. ତ ଏଇଥିଲା କିଛି 1 ମାର୍କ क्वेश्चन ଗ୍ରୁପ ବି जो 2 ମାର୍କ क्वेश्चन ଆମେ 1 ମାର୍କ ୟୁନିଟ୍ ୱାଇଜ ଆମେ ଡିସ୍କସନ ସରିଲା ପରେ ଆମେ 2 ମାର୍କ ଦେଖିବା. ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଟୁ ଅଲ୍ ଫର ୱାଚିଂ ଦିସ୍ ଭିଡ଼ିଓ. ନେକ୍ସଟ ଆମେ ମାକିଆଭେଲି ଆଣ୍ଡ ହବ୍ସଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ଦେଖିବା.